Welcome to The Rich Secret, the concept that changes how beginners think about wealth and personal finance. Here's something that sounds completely backwards. The wealthy often avoid spending their own money, even when they have plenty of it. Picture a wealthy entrepreneur buying a $150,000 luxury car. When asked, cash or financing, they smile and choose financing. Why? Because they can afford it, yet they choose not to deplete their cash reserves. Instead of spending their cash, they use what is called other people's money. Understanding this single concept could fundamentally change your approach to wealth creation. So what exactly is other people's money? OPM simply means using borrowed or invested capital to acquire assets or grow a business. This includes bank loans, investor funds, and strategic use of credit. The goal is clear. It's not to avoid using your money forever, but to preserve your cash while making your capital work harder in other profitable ventures. Let's explore why wealthy investors consistently choose this path. Leverage. Imagine you have $100,000 for a rental property. You could spend every dollar, or you could put $20,000 down and finance the rest, keeping $80,000 free for other investments. Wealthy investors always think in terms of leverage, asking, how can $1 do two jobs? This allows them to maximize control over assets with minimum upfront capital. Here's the critical distinction that beginners miss. OPM does not mean buying things you can't afford or going into consumer debt. The rich borrow primarily for assets that generate income, while average consumers often borrow for liabilities that lose value. This is the difference between building wealth and accumulating debt. The key is the intent. Borrowing to expand a successful business is strategic. Borrowing for vacations or luxury gadgets is a liability. Let's look at real-life examples of how OPM is used effectively. A real estate investor uses a mortgage, and tenants effectively pay off the loan. A business owner secures a loan to buy equipment that immediately boosts revenue. Large corporations also borrow heavily to keep their existing cash deployed for maximum returns. This strategy relies on the spread. If you can borrow at 5% and your investments yield 10%, you pocket the difference. This mathematical advantage is key to rapid wealth acceleration. But what about just using your cash? Isn't it safer? While cash feels safe, inflation is a silent killer, constantly reducing its purchasing power. Idle money can actually become very expensive money. That's why the wealthy choose strategic financing. It ensures their cash remains invested and productive, constantly fighting inflation. Let's summarize the true secret to using OPM. The rich secret is not borrowing to look wealthy. It's using money strategically to aggressively build real wealth and increase assets. Because in the world of finance, the smartest dollar is always the one that is working in more than one place.